Hello students, the next lecture in case of the course GPB 121, that is we should study the Mendel's work in relation to the genetics one. So in today's lecture we can study the introductory term, that is the genetics and heredity, a brief biodata regarding the Gregor Mendel, some of the terminology, monohybrid crosses, pattern of inheritance, dihybrid cross, test cross and incomplete dominance one. So in first lecture we have to know that is the definition of the genetics and heredity. So genetics is nothing but the science which deals with the heredity and variation. So heredity is nothing but transfer of the genetic material from parent to their offspring one. So in case of that particularly introduction, that is the definition branch of biology deals with heredity and variation of the organism. Then majorly chromosomes, these are the responsible for carrying the heredity material. Normally the genes which are located on the chromosomes, they are responsible for the transfer of the genetic material. So these genes which are present in case of the nucleotides, in case of the DNA one, and with the help of that, the characters are transmitted to the next generation. Then these chromosomes we have to know that is that they are already occur in case of the pairs one. So they are also called as homologous chromosomes one. Some new combinations of the genes are also occur in case of sexual reproduction one. So when there is the fertilization between the two parents, the zygote formation will be takes place and zygote is converted into the new individual one. Then we can study in brief the Gregor Mendel's work one. So in case of the 1822, he was born one, then son of the farmer one, and he can went to the University of Vienna, where he can study the botany and learn the scientific methods one. Then also worked with the pure lines of the peas for 8 years. Before Mendel's work, this heredity term, which is considered as a blending one. And in case of the dads, that is the offsprings, which are essential a dilution of the different parental characters one. So initial brief information regarding that is the Mendel's work will be done on case of the peas for 8 years, studied in case of University of Vienna, born in 1822, and he was the son of the farmer one. Then Mendel studied the 7 contrasting characters in case of the garden pea plant. These all 7 characters which are the contrasting one. Suppose we can consider height of the plant, tall or dwarf. Then pod color, green or yellow one. Then seed shape one, wrinkled or round one. So such type of the contrasting characters he can study. This on the basis of that 7 contrasting characters, he can given the different laws one. So these 7 characters which are we have to study again in detail later on. Then he also published in 1866 the experiments in case of the plant hybridization, in which he established his 3 principles of the inheritance one. Then he tried to repeat his work in another plants also, but he cannot get the results because these plants are reproduced asexually one. Then work has largely ignored for 34 years until the 19th centuries. And after that 19th century, 3 scientists, botanists, can discover the Mendel's work. Then Mendel was the first biologist to use the mathematics to explain the results quantitatively. Means quantitatively indicates that is the measuring units are used for that particular characters one. Then he can predict the concept of the genes, or he can also consider that genes are occur in case of pair. Then one gene pair of each pair is present in the gametes one. That is the conclusions of the Mendel's one. Then some of the terminology which are important in case of the genetics one. So every student know that this terminology properly one. So with the help of that terminology, different concepts we have to understand in case of the genetics, and also in case of practical exam, different problems which are given. These are based on that particular these different terminology. First one, that is what is meant by gene. Gene is nothing but the unit of heredity. So these genes are present on the chromosomes and they are responsible for the carrying the heredity material one. So it is nothing but a section of the DNA sequence which is encoded in a single protein one. Then what is meant by genome? Genome is nothing but the entire genetic constitution of that organism, or entire set of that genes in case of that organism, which is called as a genome. Then what is meant by allele? Allele is nothing but the alternative form of the same gene, or the two genes that occupy the same position on the homologous chromosomes and that cover the same trait, which is also called as a alleles. Another one simple definition, alternative forms of the same gene. Suppose we have to consider flower color, red and white. Capital R for red and small r for white. So these are the alternative forms of the same gene. Then what is meant by locus? Locus is nothing but the fixed location on the strands of the DNA. There are two strands of the DNA where a gene or its allele which is located one. Another terminology, that is the homozygous. The word indicates homozygous indicates having the two identical genes one. So this is the homozygous. Suppose capital R, capital T, small r, then small t. So this is the homozygous condition. Heterozygous means having two different genes for a particular characters. Suppose capital T and small t, capital R, small r, one dominant and one recessive, that is the heterozygous one. Then what is meant by dominant character? Dominant character means that is the character or allele that mask or suppress the effect of the another gene or alternative allele one. So this is appear which is in case of heterozygous condition. Or those character which is appeared in case of F1, that is the dominant character, or it will be considered as a dominant one. It will be hide or mask the effect of other allele or other gene one. Recessive means that is the allele which is masked by the dominant gene one. So it will be does not appear in heterozygous condition in F1 generation, but this character which is appear in F2 generation. Then what is meant by genotype? Genotype is nothing but the genetic makeup of that individual one, and it is expressed genetically. Suppose tall one, character, capital T or capital T, small t, heterozygous condition. So expression of the that character or organism with the help of the genetically with the letters, that is called as a genotype. What is meant by phenotype? Phenotype is nothing but the external appearance of the that organism or individual one. Suppose external appearance, flower color, red or white, or also seed shape, round or wrinkled one. So we can observe with the eyes that character. So that character is called as a phenotype. And when that character expressed genetically, that is the genotype. Means tall is expressed as a capital T homozygous, or capital T small t heterozygous. Then another terminology, that is the monohybrid cross. That is the monohybrid cross is nothing but a cross involving the two parents one, but having single gene difference one. So monohybrid, after the monohybrid cross between the two parents having single gene difference or single character difference, a monohybrid ratio, that is the 3:1, which is obtained one. Suppose tall crosses dwarf, one character difference is there, that cross is called as a monohybrid cross. P indicates parental generation, means tall crosses dwarf one. Then F1 means first filial generation, or it is nothing but we can call as a hybrid or offspring which is obtained from crossing the two parents one. And F2 means that is the by selfing of F1 generation, that is the second filial generation which is obtained by crossing F1 into F1. F1 into F1 means that is the selfing of F1 generation gives the F2 generation. So F1 generation is nothing but a hybrid, that is the offspring which is obtained by crossing the two parents. And F2 means by selfing of F1 generation, that is the by crossing F1 into F1 generation, we can obtain the F2 generation. Again, that is the 7 characters studied by the Mendel, that is the here stem length, that is the height of tall and dwarf, pod shape, inflated, constricted, seed shape, smooth, wrinkled, seed color, yellow and green, flower position, lateral and terminal, flower color, purple and white, and pod color, green and yellow. So on the basis of the results obtained by studying these 7 contrasting character, Mendel can give us the laws of heredity or inheritance one. Next one, that is the monohybrid cross. Crossing, again repetition, crossing of the two plants differ in respect of stem size. Example which is given, one tall and one short one. Suppose we have to consider capital T for tall, small t for dwarf. Then which is the homozygous condition for tall? Capital T, capital T. This is the homozygous tall. And homozygous dwarf, which is the small t, small t. And when we can make a cross into homozygous tall into homozygous dwarf, genotypes are capital T crosses small t, small t. Then one gamete from the homozygous tall, that is the capital T, and one gamete from the homozygous dwarf, that is the small t. In F1 generation, we can obtain the genotype capital T, small t, one from tall, one from the dwarf, and this is the heterozygous one, capital T, small t. But because of the dominance of the tall over dwarf, this generation is called as a tall one, F1, which is the tall, but it is heterozygous one. So this is the monohybrid cross one. Again, with the help of the Punnett square, that is the Batson and Punnett, given this square method in case of the obtaining the new individuals with the help of the monohybrid cross one. So this is nothing but a window pane. So we can use the Punnett square to predict the genotypes and phenotypes of the new offspring one. So which of the new generations are obtained in F1 and F2 generation? That is the use of the Punnett square one. Suppose in case of Punnett square, whether we can determine the genotypes of the parents organisms, when we can draw the Punnett square. Suppose parent genotypes are capital T and small t, small t. Cross will be capital T crosses small t, small t. So in case of a square, we can split the letters of the genotypes of each parent. Suppose we can split capital T in front or above that square and below small t for the second parent one. Then which are the possible genotypes? 4 genotypes are obtained. All 4 genotypes are capital T, small t. That is 100% of the individuals which are the tall plants one, because of the capital T which is present in all 4 genotypes one. In case of monohybrid cross, that is the F2 generation. Suppose we can observe that is in F1 generation, that is the tall individual which is obtained, that is the capital T, small t. This capital T, small t, F1, which is the selfed one. Selfed means this same generation which is crosses with same, that is the F1 crosses with F1, we can obtain the F2 generation. Which is the genotype for F1, capital T, small t, and second F1, capital T, small t. Both having the produces 4 genotypes. The 4 genotypes we can observe. First one, capital T, which is the tall. Second 2 genotypes, that is the heterozygous one, capital T, small t. They are 2 in number, so they are also tall because of the dominance of the tall over the dwarf one. And last one genotype, that is the small t, which is the dwarf one. So ratio will be modified. That is the ratio, that is the monohybrid ratio will be 3:1. That is the 3 tall and 1 dwarf individual which is obtained. And what is the genotypic ratio? Genotypics, that is the one genotype will be capital T. 2 genotypes are capital T, small t, heterozygous, and last one small t, small t. So genotypic ratio will be 1:2:1, and phenotypic ratio will be 3 tall to 1 dwarf 1. So this will be the that is the one character different, that is the monohybrid cross one. Then secret of Punnett square will be, that is the we can take the genotypes. After that taking genotypes, we can find out the gametes of each parent. So gametes are important one. So these are, that is the sexually reproducing organism. At maturity, they can produce the gametes one. And once the gametes are united, the new individuals are formed one, and these are arises in case of F1 and F2 generation one. So likewise, that is the importance one, whether 100% of the individuals which is obtained or whether 3:1 ratio is the obtained one. Likewise, this is the repetition one, homozygous, capital T, small t. But here one gamete from capital T and one gamete from small t, in bracket we can observe the F1, capital T, small t. That is the F1 generation. And in F2 generation, by selfing of F1 into F1, we can obtain, that is the 3:1 ratio one. So whether we can go for that 100% individuals or whether we can get for the monohybrid cross, these genotypes may be different one. In case of another cross, that is the F1, which is crosses with recessive parent. Recessive parent means that is the suppose recessive parent, which is the dwarf, small t, and F1, which is the genotype, capital T, small t. So two individuals are obtained, capital T, small t, which is the tall, and second small t, means 50% of the individuals are tall, 50% of the individuals are the dwarf one. So here 1:1 ratio, which is obtained 1. So that cross is called as a test cross. Test cross means F1 crosses with recessive parent or dwarf parent. That is the dwarf character is there, tall and dwarf one. So 1:1 ratio is obtained in monohybrid. It is the monohybrid test cross ratio is 1:1. Monohybrid phenotypic ratio will be 3:1. So likewise, we can know the each ratio in detail one. Another one example is here, instead of tall and dwarf, for understanding purpose, suppose flower color, capital P, purple, which is the dominant one, and which is the dominant over white color, that is the small p. Suppose genotypes will be homozygous purple, capital P, crosses with homozygous white, small p. Both homozygous genotype produce the single gamete, that is the capital P for purple, small p for white. In F1 generation, that is the capital P, small p individual, which is the obtained one. So that is the 4 individuals are obtained in F2 generation, when we can make a cross F1 into F1, capital P, small p crosses capital P, small p. 4 individuals are obtained. First 3 individuals are purple, last one individual, that is the small p, which is the white one, that is the ratio which is obtained, that is the 3 purple and 1 white one. So by another example, we can prove that monohybrid ratio 1. So on the basis of that 7 contrasting characters and monohybrid cross, he can give the different principles and laws 1. So first principle, that is the principle of the dominance, in which he can give a statement that is the one allele masked the another allele, or one allele was dominant over the other in the F1 generation, means capital T, small t, but here tall is dominant over dwarf one. Again, second principle, that is the principle of segregation. When gametes are formed, the pair of genes becomes separated, so that each sex cell, that is the whether egg cell or sperm cell, whether it is from female parent or whether it is from male parent. In crossing program, always first parent is female and second parent, which is the male one. So each of the parent, they can produce the gamete, and that gamete forms the new individual in F1 generation. That is the one sperm cell fuses with the one egg cell. There is the formation of the zygote in the F1 generation. So segregation, which is occur one, that is the principle of the segregation one, and this will be observed in case of the that is the capital T from homozygous capital T and small t from the homozygous dwarf. So in F1 capital T small t generation, which is observed, one from female, one from the male, and this generation will be heterozygous. So segregation of genes, which is occur one. Another one, for studying the that segregation, he can also given the principles of heredity. Usually in case of the human beings, which is observed one, that is the cystic fibrosis type of the disease, which is the lethal genetic disease, majorly affecting the Caucasians. So this is the mutating recessive gene, which is carried by 1 in 20 people in European families one. So majorly 1 from the 20 people in case of Europe, this disease will be observed, and which is caused by recessive mutant gene 1. So in case of the majorly in case of 1 children out of the 4, this type of the disease which is observed one. So this disease affect the that particular transport in case of the tissues one. So majorly lungs affection will be occur in case of the that type of the disease, majorly mucous section from the lungs which is affected one. So how this inheritance of the that disease which will be takes place, that is the small c. Suppose we can consider a mutated recessive gene that for the cystic fibrosis, that is the small c, which is responsible one. But in case of heterozygous condition, that is the capital C, small c. normal person, and which is the crosses with that carrier disease, that is the cystic fibrosis disease 1. In F1 capital C small c individual, which is occur 1. When F1 is crosses with F1 capital C small c crosses with capital C small c, 4 individuals are obtained in F2 generation. First individual will be capital C, which is the normal. Second, 2 individuals also capital C, small c genotype, they are also normal because of the presence of the capital C, which indicate the normal one. And last one individual, that is the small c, because of the that recessive genes, that individual will be of cystic fibrosis 1. So 1 in 4 individual, that will be a cystic fibrosis individual which is observed. That is the in case of the inheritance pattern of the that cystic fibrosis 1. So which are the probabilities? That is the one probability will be 1 individual out of the 4, that will be a probable individual, which is the expectation, that is the of the carrier of the cystic fibrosis 1. So 1 in 4 children, that will be affected, that is the probability 1. So important factor when prospective parents are concerned about their chances of the that affected children. So now in 1 in 29 Americans, this is the symptom we have to consider of the cystic fibrosis 1. Another one, that is after the monohybrid cross, we can study the dihybrid cross one. So same one, in case of monohybrid cross, we can cross between 2 parents having single character difference or single gene difference. But in case of dihybrid cross, the word indicates di, means crossing between the 2 parents but having the 2 character difference or 2 gene difference. Example, suppose purple flower, white flower, and second example, height of the stem, tall and short or tall and dark one. So 2 character difference are there between the 2 parents one, and the resultant cross, which is called as a dihybrid cross one, means involve 2 parents, they are different in respect of 2 genes or 2 independent characters one. So when we have to cross between that tall plant with purple flower crosses with short plant or dwarf plant with white flower, that will be produces F1 generation. This is the homozygous tall purple crosses homozygous short white or dwarf white one. F1 generation will be one parent, suppose first parent produces single gamete capital T capital P, and second parent will produces one gamete small t small p. F1 will be capital T small t capital P small p, which is the tall and purple. When we can make a selfing or crossing of F1 into F1 generation with the help of the checkered board, we can obtain the 16 generation. So within that 16 generation, this is the F1 generation, capital T small t capital P small p, that is the tall and purple one. And when we can make a cross between the F1 into F1, 16 generations are obtained. Gametes will be 4 for each F1, capital T capital P, then capital T small t capital P small t small p. So 4 into 4, 16 genotypes are obtained in the checkered board. And when we have to sort out within the that 16 genotypes, a phenotypic ratio which is obtained, that is the 9:3:3:1. So when we have to make a total of 9:3:3:1, that is the 16 individuals which are observed in the that checkered board. And when we have to sort out the that individuals, 9 will be tall purple, 3 will be tall white, 3 will be short purple, and 1 will be short white. Instead of short, we can also consider as a dwarf one. So in dihybrid cross, a phenotypic ratio of 9:3:3:1, which is obtained one, that is called as a dihybrid cross one. So these are the 9 genotypes. Genotypic ratio will be, in case of dihybrid cross, will be 1:2, 2:2, 2:2, 4:2, 1:2, 2:2, 1:2, 2:1. So phenotypes will be 9 tall purple, 3 tall white, 3 short purple, and 1 short white. So we can study also dihybrid cross by taking the another characters, and we can prove that particular ratio one. So this is the principle of independent assortment. So in case of principle of independent assortment, that is the members of one gene pair, they segregate independently from other gene pair during the gamete formation. means independent one gene pair which is independent on the another gene pair, and during the gamete formation the law of segregation which is operate, that is the principle of independent assignment. In supporting to that principle we can give on the one example, that is in case of dihybrid cross a phenotypic ratio of 9:3:3:1 ratio which is obtained one. So that is the uh, principle of independent assortment. That is the test cross will be crossing of F1 generation with their recessive parent one. So in case of test cross, monohybrid test cross will be ratio will be 1:1. You can study earlier one. And in case of dihybrid, monohybrid dihybrid cross ratio will be 4 times 1, 1:1:1:1. Here suppose we can make a cross tall and purple crosses with short and white one. 4 individuals are obtained. That is the one is the tall purple, one is the tall purple. So this is the suppose that is the we have to 4 individuals are obtained. Each character may be different one. So mono dihybrid test cross ratio will be 1:1:1:1:1. So this is the monohybrid and dihybrid cross and their principles one. So beyond that principles, sometimes that is the different ratios are also obtained. So one terminology that is beyond Mendelian genetics we can study, that is the incomplete dominance. Here in case of incomplete dominance, F1 generation which is obtained, that will be shows intermediate effect. Intermediate effect means effect other than their parents. That is the F1 generation which is not looking like to their parents, it will be shows the intermediate effect. Suppose here snapdragon flower example which is given. Suppose red flower crosses with the white flower. For red we can consider capital R, capital R. For white we can consider small r, small r. Both are homozygous. Red produces one gamete capital R, white produces that is the small r. But in F1 generation, the generation which is obtained, it is the capital R, small r. But that capital R, small r indicates the pink flower. Heterozygous condition produces pink because of incomplete dominance. Means F1 generation shows the intermediate effect. That is the effect other than their parents one. And because of that condition, this is the called as a incomplete dominance. That is the beyond the Mendelian genetics. Results are obtained which are given by the Mendel. That is the other effects we have to observe. So it is called as the incomplete dominance one. So again in F2 generation, when we can make a cross F1 into F1, that is the capital R, small r and capital R, small r. 4 individuals are obtained. That is the capital R which is the red, capital R, small r. These are the two genotypes which are pink one, and small r which is the white one. So genotypic and phenotypic ratio which is obtained, that is the 1:2:1 in case of incomplete dominance. But when we have to study the complete dominance, that is the tall which is dominant over dwarf, in that case phenotypic ratio which is obtained, that is the 3:1, and genotypic ratio will be 1:2:1. But in case of incomplete dominance, both genotypic and phenotypic ratio are same, that is the 1:2:1. So this will be different one than the Mendel's work one. So in case of incomplete dominance, again we can solve that by taking the another examples one. So here in case of the data, we can study the monohybrid cross, dihybrid cross, chromosome heredity, Mendel's work one. So in case of the today's lecture we have to study heredity, some of the terminology, Mendel's work, their principles, monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross, and examples to the that supporting to the principal one. So first for principal law of segregation or principle of segregation, we can give on the one character difference example, that is the tall crosses with dwarf one. Homozygous condition will be taken and we can prove the ratio 3:1 and genotypic ratio 1:2:1. For law principle of independent in assortment, we can give on the dihybrid cross example, two character difference will be there and we can prove the ratio 9:3:3:1. In next lecture also we can study the Mendel's biography in detail also, that is the why Mendel selected these 7 characters or garden pea plant, why his work remain in case of the dark one, why his work that is the become in dark in up to the 19th century. Then why becomes he successful, and Mendel's laws in detail by taking also another example in today's lecture one. So these two lectures are important regarding to basics in case of the genetics. So every student know that terminology, which are the important one: homozygous, heterozygous, dominant character, recessive character, genotype, phenotype, F1 generation, F2 generation, genotypic ratio, phenotypic ratio, which is obtained in case of complete dominance and incomplete dominance, and what is the difference between complete dominance and incomplete dominance. So we can understand that particular different topics. Any difficulty you can call me on the phone one. Okay, thank you.